Hey y'all, welcome back. Episode 15 of the Manly Musings podcast, season 2.
Season 2.
Yes, season 2. Don't get that confused with the first season. We've already done that episode a long time ago. We are recording again on a Monday night. And if you've been waiting for last week's episode, whoops, my computer didn't automatically convert the Zoom over into the MP4 like we need. So hopefully that'll be coming out tonight or tomorrow. So I do apologize for that, but you'll get 2 episodes this week and we'll get back to the normal grind of having an episode out every week. But yeah, we're back out here. Damn, this is crazy. I don't understand how we keep doing this, Kevin.
I don't know how you keep dealing with me, Merritt. My God, what
You,
are we? Is this
me,
episode? What's the total
this is
that we're at right now?
this is technically episode 68 of the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, we're crushing it here, boys. We are
Yeah.
legitimately out here every week. Like Kevin said a while ago, this is my only hobby. I won't lie. It is my only hobby too, Kevin. I'm like, I should get back into playing sports. I have a
We'll figure it out. We'll
podcast.
figure it out.
I'm like, I got all this other stuff I want to do. Mainly, I just want to go lift weights and eat food.
I mean, don't we all?
Yeah, yeah. Stony Brook's not even up yet, just so you know. Andrew, when you hear this, Stony Brook's not up yet. But let's jump into this. Kevin, you wrote this episode this week, so I'll let you kick this off because
I did.
I came back from New Hampshire, and we'll talk about my trip and everything and how pathetically awful I am at skiing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so pretty much basically I realized my work schedule wasn't going to allow us to record on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I decided to just tell Merritt, hey, let's just do a quick Monday recording. We're going to do our usual stuff, the main sports updates. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the elephant in our room. What's the deal with our alumni's basketball team? So first off, NFL playoffs. They've been phenomenal right now. I think Dallas and Tampa Bay are playing right now. Merritt, do you know what the score of that game is?
It has not started yet. I think it starts at 8:15.
Amazing.
But yeah, these games have been a lot closer than I thought they would be.
They've all been competitive for the most part, which I think has been great.
Except for the Seattle 49ers game in the second half. That was not competitive at all.
Yeah, that was rough. But, hey, shout out to Gino for a hell of a season.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely deserves comeback player of the year.
Oh, God, yeah.
Bad. So other than that, I mean, if anything, what I'd like to talk about, shout out to those New York football Giants.
Woo!
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I, for some reason, had this feeling that there was going to be a way that they somehow screwed up at the end, but they held it together. They kept it going. The defense held strong towards the end. I don't know what the play calling for the Vikings. I don't know what they were thinking, trying to do a little inside route to TJ Hawkinson for like 6 yards when they needed like 13. So that was a little puzzling, but I'm excited for the Giants that they went through. Brian Dable, hands down, has to be coach of the year. If he's not, then somebody is upset with him.
There's no way he's not coach of the year. The way that's such a turnaround. The only other person that could is Doug Peterson with the turnaround down in Jacksonville. But no, Dable. I think Dable's got that one in the bag, winning that one.
Yeah, for sure. And then this Saturday, Giants versus Eagles. It is going to be a bloodbath. I'm excited. I hope it's a good game. I know the Eagles beat the shit out of the Giants the 2 times they played them this year. So we'll see what happens. The playoffs, if you get hot during the playoffs in the NFL, you can make some serious runs. Like in the history of the Giants, that's how it's always been with them.
Also, look at the Bengals from last year. They went on a serious tear. They made it to the Super Bowl and were truly one play away from winning the Super Bowl last year. Did you see any of the Chargers game? I didn't. I fell asleep way before the game even, I think, started.
So I'm not gonna lie, I got home from work right around the start of halftime. I think I laid down, I took a nap, woke up at 3 in the morning, and all of a sudden the Jags won. So I just I could not believe it. Like the utter the utter disappointment for the Chargers. I think it's over for that coach over in LA. There's no way he escapes with his job after that collapse. I just
I
don't
don't
think. What do you think? Do you
I
think
don't
he's
know.
they're gonna let he has a chance one more year?
I think he's got one more year. Let's put it this way: the Chargers were going into the season the number one defense in the NFL, and they lost majority of their defense to injuries. So that doesn't help them. Half their offense got hurt throughout the season, so you were never on sync. Yes, they won 10, 11 games, but when you're not playing at a consistent level every single game, there's going to be let up.
Right.
And they had a 17-point lead, and they went into halftime or 27 point, whatever the lead was. And I think they kind of were like, okay, well, we're good. We can rely on our defense. Well, your defense can only rely on Joey Bosa so much, or Nick Bosa, whichever Bosa is over there.
Yeah.
So I think that plays into it. They do need to add more weapons if they think Justin Herbert is the answer. Keenan Allen, I love him, but he's injury prone. Mike Williams, injury prone. You got to find someone that's a little bit more consistent on the outside as a deep ball threat for them. But Jacksonville got hot in the right time, and they're continuing that momentum. I think they won the last 5 games
Yeah.
or so.
Hmm.
And they beat the snot out of the Titans, who we all thought were going to walk into the AFC South and be like, nothing, and walk right out. That wasn't the case. They didn't even make the playoffs. They've destroyed their whole coaching staff. I think that was the biggest surprise. And then, of course, I wasn't surprised the Giants won. The Giants.
We predicted it last week.
Yeah, we said that they would win. We were saying that the Minnesota Vikings were the weakest team in the whole playoffs. And this showed. Danny Dimes wasn't just Danny Dimes. He was Danny Legs.
Yeah. Yo, Vanilla Vic was showing off his legs yesterday. I couldn't believe it. There was another whole other person. Shout out to him for getting the confidence to rock it out, because I know the fan base has been very hard on him the last couple of years because of his injuries, and he just hasn't been able to play well. But I think it's just he just really needed the right coaching, and right
Mm-hmm.
now he's got it. He's playing like a true star on that Giants offense, and like I said, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen this weekend.
I am too. Also, I love the fact that no one wanted Danny Dimes after this season because they did not, offer his 5th-year extension, that 5th-year contract. Apparently, they're talking to him and Saquon to bring them back.
Yes, which they
Fantastic,
should.
fantastic idea. Now you just need to move away from Galladay's money, because this Hodgins kid, I watched him, first game I've watched of the Giants all year, and the dude caught everything that was thrown to him except for like 2 balls that were 20 feet above his head.
Yeah,
Like
the dude is impressive.
the catch where he was going like out of bounds and he just somehow grabs it, pulls it, and keeps himself in. I'm like, okay, you're real. You're a real deal.
No, I agree. It's amazing how the Giants turnover in like their wide receiving core, pretty much their main guys were originally supposed to be their like 4th string and 5th string receivers, and they've completely worked for their positions they have. And you know, props to them. Props to them for putting in that work and
Seriously, they
not having anybody play over them.
they did the best that they could with the situation, and Daboll's pulled the best out of all these players. I give that to him. Who else played last night? Oh, the Bengals and Ravens.
Bengals, Ravens, close
I
game.
Yeah, I
Close
love
game.
I love J.K. Dobbins' quotes, even though he said I was misinterpreted. We all know if they had Lamar Jackson wins in that game.
100%.
I'm kind of okay with him not playing because of, him being in a contract year, doesn't want to get massively injured. But bro, you're now 26, right? 26, 27, somewhere around that age, I believe. Um, your window is closing on potentially winning something. So if you can play, play. If you can't, okay, I get it. But in that situation, try to show your team that you have something in the tank, because you weren't even there. He didn't even go to the game. He wasn't even with
Yep.
the team. So like, I think that sucks. But of course, that's my opinion. I thought the 99-yard touch fumble return was great, but I watched it this morning because I didn't stay up and watch it last night.
Yeah, I mean, uh, it's Lamar. I totally understand. He wants to get his money. Um, but if anything, maybe he's just telling everybody my time with the Ravens is up and I'm gonna look elsewhere. And there's gonna be people that, definitely want to take him. Let's shout out to the Jets. I know they're gonna be looking for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully maybe they'll put up some money to be in the running for a guy like uh Lamar Jackson, but who knows? It'll
Hey,
be an interesting offseason for sure.
hey, you never know. The San Francisco 49ers could trade Lance.
Yeah, another name that we haven't even talked about because he hasn't been playing.
He hasn't played it. He's been hurt. And Brock Purdy is a machine. I
He,
like this kid. I
yeah,
If they quote me now, and I hope this doesn't come to fruition, but if they make it to the Super Bowl, I will get myself a Brock Purdy jersey and rock that.
that will be our next Instagrammable clip. I love it.
You can hold it here. You heard it here first. All right. So
Yes.
predictions for next round. So we have what? The Chiefs and Jags, and then
Yep.
you have the Bills, Bengals.
Bills, Bengals, Chiefs, Jags.
Chiefs. I can't say no to the Chiefs. I'd say the Chiefs over the Jags easily.
Yeah, I mean, Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes. He'll wiggle out some way to figure out to win that game. So my money is on the Chiefs. And that Bengals Bills game, very
I know.
interesting.
And you and I'm looking back at it. We both say the Bills win it. Oh, they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Can I like take that back?
I don't know if
Um,
you can take that back, but I
because
I'm not sure just the way that how they played against Miami. My pick is I feel like it's not as safe as it was before. So
mm-mm. I
um
I almost want to go with the Bengals because the Bengals played a gritty, grind out game against an AFC North opponent and won. And the Bills played against the Miami Dolphins and a third string quarterback and a
almost lost.
horrible running attack and couldn't find, water if he was in a boat. Like,
Don't even start on the clock management
oh my, did you hear
with the
him after the
Dolphins.
game? Oh, I thought it was a first down. Bro, how do you think it was first down? It was 4th and 1.
Not even just that, just like
Oh,
the inept activity of just not lollygagging on the line. The players are not rushing off the field. Like you're 4th and 1. A 4th and 1 and a 4th and 5 are two totally different stories.
yeah,
Then you delay the game, push yourself back to 4th and 5. Now you make your life 30 times harder. You know,
yeah. I I'll stick with the Bills because it's in Orchard Park. Um, and that's a tough place to play. And we don't know the weather. It could be fucking snowing and a blizzard.
yep,
Um, so we'll see. I think it's going to be a really, really close game. Come down to field goals with that one.
yeah,
And
I'm in
McPherson
agreement.
scares me because he missed another extra point again last night. And he's
Yeah,
missed a lot of those this year. So I'll go with the Bills. Then we got what? The 49ers will play the winner of the Game behind me, the
Yep.
Cowboys and Tampa Bay, which I believe Tampa Bay will win because it's the Cowgirls. Um,
If Tampa Bay wins, I will die.
I would
I'm
just
gonna.
die laughing.
I would like, and that just shows how
Bad.
fickle and how bad just Cowboys organization is.
Oh,
But
let's
I I
just.
I think that Dallas is gonna pull it off. But my goodness, if Tom Brady is Tom Brady,
Are you sure? Because they just went 3-and-out in 13 seconds, and the ball literally bounced off T.Y. Hilton's hands for a
oh
first
my
down.
god,
Like, I don't know if you can watch that. Watch, ready? Whoop!
oh my goodness,
Like tight coverage, but that's on your hands. That's a catch.
yeah. Well,
Damn.
time shall tell, Merritt.
So it was who? The Eagles, Giants,
Eagles, Giants, and
49ers
then
winner of this game.
yeah,
Eagles for sure. I'm not going to say for sure because the Giants, when they played them in the final game of the season,
they
they
played
had
them tough.
and they had all their backups.
Yep.
Every backup played. No starter played on the offensive side of the ball. I think it's going to be a really close game.
I think that
And
game is going to be the closest out of all four this weekend.
yeah, I think so too. I don't. No, I'm going to say the Bills Bengals game is probably going to be the closest game out of them all. The Giants Eagles is probably going to be within a touchdown. I think the Bills Bengals is within a field goal.
Okay.
Eagles, I think, prevail. I would
Yeah.
love to see the Eagles fall. I would love to see the Giants fall. Either way, I don't know,
Oh
but
God, if the football mercenaries can plague the Eagles and they have the worst game in their lifetime, I would legitimately cry until the cows came home because my goodness, just to like hear Eagles fans on a regular basis just, brag about how great their team is, how much they're going to win. And if we were to lose, not only lose, but lose to a rival like the New York football Giants, I don't think they would be able to live with themselves. Philly might go up on fire if they lose to the Giants.
so Mr. Alico, hopefully you'll listen to this. We both want your Eagles to lose eventually. We just don't know when.
Yeah,
I do then have to say the 49ers are the most complete team, like we all said.
they're so good. Shout out to Cyrus, his favorite team out here.
Dude, they looked dominant in that second half. Like Brock Purdy, you could see the first couple plays, the whole thing of being a rookie in the playoffs, like got to him for a second, but he calmed down and he managed that game.
And that's all he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just manage that game. He don't need to try any harder. You got all the talent you need. You just need to be the best game manager that you
Did
can
you
be.
did you hear his quote? They like asked him if he was nervous. He goes, "How? Like I don't know how people think it's hard." He goes, "I had the best playmakers in the world around me. I just have to make sure I get them the ball. That's it. That's my job." So I like him.
He's got the confidence. He's saying the right
I
things.
think honestly, San Francisco, that's your starting quarterback next year. That I almost say give up on Trey Lance.
Man, can you imagine? It's like how many times do the 49ers go through this? It's like first they did it with Alex Smith and then Garoppolo, and then now with Garoppolo, Trey Lance, and now with
Well,
Purdy.
it was
It's
Alex Smith, then Kaepernick,
yes, oh my God, I forgot
and
about
then
Kaepernick.
they had like a weird couple of years where there was like random quarterbacks, and then Garoppolo. And Garoppolo, he's no slouch. He brought him to a Super Bowl. He did well in Kyle Shanahan's offense and what he was asked to do. And then you get Trey Lance,
Yep.
who can't see over a line, but everyone's like, "Oh, he's a great quarterback." Bro can't see. And then you bring in a Mr. Irrelevant.
Last
He's
pick in
the
the
last pick in the
draft.
draft this past season. Was not even supposed to sniff the depth chart. It's the third string quarterback. All of a sudden becomes second string quarterback all of a sudden is the first string quarterback and just runs train over everybody.
Yep.
So I think 49ers and sadly the Eagles will be in the NFC title game, and the Bills Chiefs down in, where's that game being played?
Which one?
The Chiefs Bills game, if it's those two.
It's well, if it ends up being those two, I think it's supposed to be in a neutral site.
Yeah, it'll be a neutral site, even if the Bengals win it too, because the records.
I forgot what place, like somewhere in like the middle of America.
Why do I want to say Atlanta?
I think you might be right. Let's check.
Because they asked the Colts said no. Detroit said no. Well, Minnesota has nothing going on, so I'm gonna go there.
Oh, you're right. You called it. It is Atlanta as the potential neutral site game for the AFC Championship game.
Man, let's just put it this way: state of Georgia, if the Bills win, start ordering yourselves a lot of tables, because they're gonna break them all.
Yep, that's true.
So that's big. Other NFL news: the Patriots look like they're going to hire Bill O'Brien as their new offensive coordinator, or old offensive coordinator, bringing him back. Cliff Kingsbury, I love this, bought a one-way ticket to Thailand.
Did he really?
Yeah, he bought a one-way ticket to Thailand and told NFL teams he doesn't want to be a coordinator right now.
Hey, good for him.
Right.
He's probably like, I'm bored right now.
Well, he's going to get paid $5.5 million for the next 5 years from the Cardinals each year. So he doesn't have to do anything.
Nice.
But you know what? I'm just going to start this train here of see how West Virginia football does this upcoming football season. Cliff, come on up. Come on up.
Hey,
we'll open our arms wide to you. We'll love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then our offense does air rating goes like sub 500, just like at Texas Tech.
Whatever.
We'll see what happens.
Maybe better than shit we're seeing these days. Let's keep talking about football real quick. Jim Harbaugh announced again today for the third year in a row that he's staying in Michigan. He is not leaving, even though the Broncos, I guess, were pursuing him pretty hard to become their head football coach. So good for this man. I don't think he'd be successful in the NFL like his brother.
I like it. I mean, let him stay in college. If he likes it there, he likes it there. You know, and it took him forever enough to get, the program from Michigan the way he wanted it. So he has it to where he's winning again and winning games and getting to the playoff. So let him do him. I mean, I don't think the NFL really needs someone like Jim Harbaugh right now. That's just me.
I don't think so either. I think they are honestly at the point where they're good. But yeah, I'm excited. Football's, sadly nearing its end, and then we have the XFL and USFL.
Both of them.
Yeah.
That's going to be super interesting.
We'll be talking about that once they drop more information. But Kevin, you got here. I totally spaced this. The NBA All-Star voting.
Yes. I actually, in the chat, I just put up the link for you to check out what the second returns were. I don't know if you see it or not.
Hold on. Oh. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, what chat?
The chat in the Zoom.
Oh, I didn't know you put it in there.
Yeah, well, it was the easiest way.
Okay, let's see. How the flying F do these guys get? Like how? How's Kyrie Irving got 3 million votes?
No, well, people like controversial people. So just to review the second fan returns, For the Western Conference, LeBron is leading with 4.8 million votes, while Kevin Durant is leading the Eastern Conference with 4.5 votes. So right now, if the All-Star game were to start today, your front court would be LeBron, Nikola Jokic, and LeBron's buddy in crime, Anthony Davis. And in the front court for the Eastern Conference, you would have Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Jason Tatum,
The boy
edging
just,
out Joel Embiid slightly.
dude, he just dropped 51 on the Bobcats, or not the Bobcats, the Hornets today. That was
Yeah.
great. That was awesome.
And then for guards, Steph Curry and Luka Doncic clearly running away with the guard spot over in the Western Conference. For the Eastern Conference, you have Kyrie Irving and Donovan Mitchell, with a couple other guards with 100 million:
I
James
saw
Harden, Jalen Brown, and Trae Young.
Jalen Brown's actually third now. So this voting's from 4 days ago. I saw something earlier today that Brown is third, Harden dropped,
Mm.
and no one's voting for Trae Young anymore,
Oh my god.
which is
So what are
fine.
what are our thoughts here? I feel like the thoughts are this is definitely expected, but anyone on this list that we feel should get more love? I know a couple on here.
I definitely think Josh should be getting more love, and SGA for sure.
Guy Gilgis Alexander,
Those two,
100% should be getting more votes.
they definitely should be, closer to that 2.5 each, pushing Steph and Luca. I seriously hate the whole fan voting sometimes because it's just such an odd, like, their votes. They
Well,
say
remember, luckily it only counts for 50% of the vote now. It
right.
used to count for all of it, but then that one year where all of a sudden Allen Iverson won the starting lineup and he wasn't even playing for his team.
Yeah.
So I think, you
I
got to
just
show
want,
fans love. Go ahead.
I don't think LeBron's had an all-star year, to be quite full.
Don't think he had an all-star year right now.
I think there's people on that list that are more deserving of a top nod, a starting spot. I'll give him a backup role. I think Djokovic has been great. Anthony Davis should not be number 3. Dude can't even play on a basketball court, be on a basketball court without getting hurt. But like Zion, I think should be up there. Andrew Wiggins has balled out all year. I know he came back from injury, but he's been playing great when he's out on that court. So I just, or the Lori,
LeBron is currently averaging 29.2 points per game. He is averaging 8.4 rebounds per game, 6.9 assists per game, a steal, and half a block.
yeah, still don't think he's an all-star. I think it's just at this point people vote him in because of the length of his career. Like, let's be honest.
I hear you.
Who honestly gives a flying F about the Lakers right now?
I mean,
Truly.
TNT does. They always put the Lakers on TNT every
But
damn game.
Barkley has said numerous times, no one wants to talk about the worst team in the West. So why don't we give love to the teams that are playing better? Why don't we should put a precedence on the guys that actually are on the best teams at this point. That's what the All-Star game is about. It's about having the best players from the best teams represent, right?
I hear you.
That's the idea. The fan vote, I love it because you get to have a voice. But truly, I think it should be go down to the media and the players. I think they should have the majority of the weight. So
Let me add, you made a great point there because I agree that it should kind of still be should be with like the I think how like baseball usually does it. They do like a group of media members.
Yeah, the baseball analysts and media members pick the all-stars.
Devil's advocate.
Yes.
What would you think about if the NBA were to do it like almost how the NHL did it back in the day, where they pick a person from each team to be on the all-star team?
I would love that. I think that would be cool
I think that would be cool too.
because you get the best player from each team, right? It doesn't suck because maybe like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are both playing all-star levels. Okay, well, which one do you go out there to represent? No offense to Brown, he's great. I love watching him play, but Jason Tatum is the face of the franchise.
I just got a hell of an idea.
Oh God, you want to do that, don't you?
I think we should totally do that.
Okay.
And I thought of it. We
Write
can
that
do.
down. Write it down.
We can literally do. We'll bring you. It could be
Cyrus.
me and you, or against Cyrus and Ronald, or me and Cyrus versus you and Ronald, since you're both Celtic
Oh
fans.
God.
Well, we can figure that out. But I think that would be. Wait, real quick. It does make sense because that means it would be 15 and 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm writing it down.
But here's the thing. Here's the rule. You can cross teams. You can cross conferences. You can't just. I'm not just going to go. I have the East. You have the West. Go back
Oh,
and
of
forth.
course. Oh, yeah. That would make perfect sense. So it'll literally be backyard style, just like
Pick your favorite. Let's go.
yes,
All right.
all-star team.
Um,
I like it.
I am kind of shocked. Like Jimmy Butler's getting like less love and more these days.
I know.
Like he's not a bad player.
No, I hear you.
Siakam has not had a good year. Kyle Kuzma's been okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's on that list. Kyle
Hey,
Kuzma
I would
and
honestly be
Nick
cool
Claxton.
seeing.
Look at Nick Claxton from
I
the
know.
Nets.
Oh, Nick Claxton, you try so hard.
He's doing great. He's doing
He's
what he's supposed
doing.
to in Brooklyn.
He's doing a very good job in Brooklyn with what he has to do. I'm excited to see what we'll see for in the numbers, but Kevin Durant may not even play. Like, so that's the thing. Like these all-star votings, like Kevin Durant's got something with his ankle or knee, something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like a MCL sprain.
So he's out for 2 to 3 weeks anyway. So he may not play. Um, Never know. Kyrie Irving may not show up because of whatever. So it's always up in the air. I am curious that Trae Young has more votes than DeMar DeRozan. I would rather see DeRozan play, but
And this point exactly kind of had me think about like why not go back in the day like how they used to do in hockey where they chose one player from each team because then like you said, so all right, Kevin Durant, he's not going to be able to make it. So then let's throw somebody from his team to go represent Brooklyn. And then also it just gives every other team like exposure to like just so people know who they are. Because like let's be real, if you look on this list, like there's probably not a lot of people who have seen someone like De'Aaron Fox play. Because when the hell are the Kings on TV?
Not when I'm awake.
Yeah, exactly. So Merritt, I'm very excited for this idea. When it gets closer, we'll have to reach out to our counterparts. Hopefully they say yes.
Oh,
Because
jeez, they will say yes to that.
yeah.
I was just gonna say something. I
Oh
totally
no, I
spaced
lost
it.
it.
Yeah, I lost it. It was something about basketball. I don't remember. It might pop up back in my head.
Yes.
One of those days. But yeah, I think the All-Star voting, I hope. Oh, did you see the first ever G League guy is going to be in the dunk contest?
Mac McClung.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the dunk contest. I will honestly watch the dunk contest
Just to watch
see him.
Yep, same here. Because we were talking about All-Star games. So I'm gonna bounce it back to football real quick. In like 2.5 weeks, we get to watch our first ever flag football game in the NFL.
It's gonna be so epic.
I am so excited.
I just hope nobody gets freaking hurt.
Yeah, I hope so too. But I'm like so excited to watch them play flag football.
Yeah, to see professionals.
It's gonna be so much better than the actual game.
honestly, this is probably the best thing the NFL could have honestly thought of.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they get a roughing passer. Did they? Did they throw it? Did they throw it?
Probably
No.
because you can't breathe on a quarterback these days.
Dude, they showed a play. Was it during the Giants Vikings game, and the guy got him Kirk Cousins before he even threw the ball, and he
Yeah,
was
where he
throwing him,
spun him in a circle and they
and he
called it
threw.
roughing the
I was
passer.
like,
That's
wait, what?
bullshit.
Even the announcers were like, I don't know how that's a roughing the passer, but okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what else we got up here.
We got Maya Moore retiring from basketball officially.
Yeah, so she officially retired. I think it came out this morning.
Yes. He sent it to all of us.
Yeah, so like I know what a few years ago she stepped away from playing for the Minnesota Lynx to raise a voice for social injustice among those people of color. I love that she did that. I think it's fantastic. I think what she has accomplished in doing so has been amazing. The man that she helped get out of prison is now her husband.
Yeah.
And they have a son together.
How crazy is that?
That's awesome. Like they have a
It's
book
amazing. It is amazing. 100%.
They have a book coming out. Maya Moore does not look like Maya Moore anymore. I've found her on Instagram. She's definitely, got the mom look going on, and it works for her. Good for her. Happy for her. She has done more than a lot of people ever will. So
Yeah.
hats off to her, and hats off to, honestly, a great professional, collegiate, and international career for her.
Yeah, I mean, you sent over the accolades. 4-time WNBA champ, 2013 Finals MVP, 2014 WNBA MVP, 6-time WNBA All Star, 3-time All Star MVP, 2-time NCAA champion with UConn.
Whoa. What the
What
heck?
happened? Well,
I got knocked out.
that was funny.
That was weird.
That is definitely
But
weird.
it kept going. So
Well, hopefully they heard all my accolades. But
yeah,
like I
we'll
was
find out.
saying, fun thing about Maya Moore, she was the first ever female Jordan athlete that he had, a part of the Jordan brand, which is incredible. So yeah, hats off to Maya Moore, amazing career. Enjoy mom life, enjoy life outside of basketball. You have honestly done more than you need for us in the sporting world. So kudos to her. My hat is off to her.
Mine as well. That's what we got for the sports update. I know it's really all about football and basketball this week. There's nothing else really going on. Kevin, I moved some stuff around on what we wrote or what you wrote, just to keep it in kind of an order. So we got our jerseys. I don't have a hat on tonight because
you don't have a hat.
I have a dope jersey on instead. But you've got the N7.
This is the whatchamacallit, the city edition of the Phoenix Suns for this year.
Yeah.
I was shopping around when I was in California last week, and some stores were just selling blank jerseys. So this jersey doesn't have any player name on it.
Nice.
So I was like, that's pretty freaking awesome. And I got it for a deal. So I was like, let me just get this. They had the Phoenix Suns, they had the Atlanta Hawks, and they had the city edition of the San Antonio Spurs, which is the one I really, really wanted, but they didn't have my size. But
Don't you hate when that happens?
It is the worst. But yeah, so this is the Phoenix Sun City Edition. I really loved a lot of the details on here with the Phoenix on here, the sides. Really solid jersey.
Awesome.
Yes. And Merritt, can you share your awesome baseball jersey with us?
So I decided to buy the baseball jersey for the Boston Celtics. All it's got is the clover and the Jordan logo. Perfect day to wear it because the Celtics rocked their black jerseys today, the Jordan jerseys. And Tatum dropped 51. He now passes Larry Bird as the most 50-point games in Celtics history.
Wow.
Yeah. Larry Bird had 4. Tatum has 5.
Oh, that's crazy.
The crazy fact is he's probably got a lot more games left that he'll score over
He's
50.
probably going to do. You said he had how many games? 5 games.
5 games.
You're probably going to turn that to like 105.
I'm going to go with he's probably going to get close to like 15 of those games. He's going to be 50 plus points
All right.
by
Well,
the end of his career.
okay.
Because,
I feel like yeah, true.
I don't think he can score 50 points that much because a lot of teams will figure it out. But it'd be awesome if he did. So
Yeah.
I had to
Let's
rock
go with
this.
75. I'm going with
Yeah.
75.
All right, we'll just go right in the middle at 75.
Yeah, that works.
All right, let's get into the teeth of this episode.
Yes.
If you guys want, you could, turn away if you don't want to listen to West Virginia talk. But honestly, you can just listen to us bitch and moan.
We're a West Virginia podcast. People got to
Yep.
get with it. It
Yeah,
is what it is.
you gotta understand this is what our bread and butter is. So yeah, this basketball team, man.
It is 0-5 in Big 12 play.
Only
Don't
team.
think it gets any easier.
No, Texas Tech is 0-5 too, so maybe we beat them, we'll have one victory.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to think. Like I listened to Trey Mitchell's post press conference and he was like, well, we need to understand that one person, if you're having a bad game or you're on an off night, give it to somebody that has a hot hand and needs to have that killer factor. And he goes, we don't have that. We don't have that one guy, where that's little thing away. And I'm like, then be the guy, because everyone that we've heard, everything we've heard is you are the guy. So be him. It's all we need. That's all we ask for. I don't know. It's tough.
I wanna preface this. I want Merritt, let me ask you a separate question.
Okay.
Do we think the time and history of where it's the guys that are like one and dones that used to carry teams to like your NCAA tournaments, do we think that time is over? I think that time is starting to become over.
Yeah, I
Because
think so too.
if you're looking at the teams right now, look who are the top teams. Teams like Purdue, teams like Houston.
Yeah.
These are teams that have been together for
Kansas too is a good example. Like they'll have one and dones, but it's
the majority.
longevity.
There's a couple people that still stay and they still become a key piece of the puzzle. So, like if you're looking at guys like UNC's having a real tough time right now because you got a lot of new guys.
Well, no, they returned everybody.
Did they return everybody?
They returned all their starters, but it's just the magic's not there. But they did get the number 2 recruit in the 2024
There you go.
class. So yeah.
They're like I look at a team like Kentucky. Like Kentucky used to get the top guys in high school every single year. And now this year it's like people are just beating up on Kentucky like whatever. It doesn't matter. I think just right now we're running into a state of, because of the whole NIL deal and the transfer portal, nobody is if you're a team that sticks together, you have way more better of a shot at winning than these teams. Like look at our West Virginia team and look how many are not going to be with us next year. Like we have to continuously retool. And I just don't know if that's going to be a healthy status for the program, because you keep trying to retool with these transfer guys. I mean, yeah, the transfer thing is important, but you got to hope that you got guys that are going to be willing to stay so they can develop and, show up for your team.
And that's the thing is like the transfer portal is fantastic. And we did see the guys we got from the transfer portal. They're good. It's now just what the heck's going on. There's something missing. There's not something clicking when we're getting to the Big 12 play. And it works for us. But we also need to realize you got to build a team.
Yep.
We're getting to the point where you're going to have one and dones. There's always going to be one and dones. But the NBA's opened up that idea of you don't have to go to college again. So you can be 18 years old and go play in the NBA.
Or
Okay.
well, right now they're doing,
Go to the
if
G
you're
League.
really, yeah, you can go to the G League, make some money before you go to play in the NBA.
So, and I want to preface this the best way possible. If you're a kid that doesn't want to go to college, don't go to college, and you have the ability to play in the NBA, go to the G League. Don't waste the time. Go get better there. Go play against adults. But if you actually want to get a college degree, go to college. Play in the basketball team there. Develop. Maybe you're lucky enough you can go play in the NBA. Or, like majority of the guys, they go play overseas and they make millions of dollars playing overseas. Like, these guys make good money playing elsewhere. So I really hope this doesn't lead to the end of Huggins, but I think we're getting to the end of Huggins.
And it kind of made me think about a lot of the coaches who like left this past year. Jay Wright retired. Coach Krzyzewski retired. A lot of the old school guys just decided, yeah,
It's time to be
my
done.
time. And I think it might be running to that with Huggins because of the fact that, you know, is he not adjusting to this
I think
way
he's
of life?
adjusted pretty well because he's changed his scheme all the time. He changes scheme, he changes all of that every season. Some seasons are more successful than others. Last year, we all know, was extremely unsuccessful. But the panic button has definitely been pushed on this team.
Yeah.
Like, you guys should have. I'd give you 2 losses out of the first 5 games. 2. Kansas, yes, and maybe you lose one to like Baylor randomly because you never play well against Baylor. But the other ones, you should have won.
We lost by 1 to Oklahoma this weekend.
Like, you had leads in majority of these games.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hold on to it because you can't rebound. Again, even though we got these big old guys down there, no one's rebounding. And you can't hit a foul shot to save your life. Like, if my life depended on me staying alive, I would 100% not pick someone from West Virginia to shoot it for me. Like, no. Give me the guy from like a D3 school. I'll take him over that.
It's rough.
That's bad.
It's rough. Yeah.
And they fired a coach. What?
They
Saturday?
fired. It was Friday. They fired Larry Harrison, who was literally on the staff since you and I were in school when they first came.
He's
And
been
he
with
was
Huggins for 16 years.
24 years when you include
24 years.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And then also he was Huggins' top recruiter, which, that's, I think, when I look on social media, like a lot of the former players is like, guys, this isn't just any coach on the team. This is a guy that personally recruited us, and he was the main guy that we worked with. The one thing I didn't know was that he was the one that was in charge of substitutions and like minutes per game. So like maybe there was something up, and I was listening to a couple other podcasts, and there was a statement Huggins made where like he's like, maybe I need to be a little bit harder, not just on the players, but maybe on my staff,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like letting us know like maybe he's got to shake some things up. Well, he shook it up all right, but could he have waited to the end of the season? Did he need to do it like right now? Because I preface because I noticed that you put down that we have a new coach that was hired, and I honestly I heard the name in like passing
Mm-hmm.
because I was thinking that could be something, but I'm I'm actually very impressed that we have this as a hire. So for those that don't know, Coach Huggins hired one of his former players from Cincinnati, former NBA player DeMar Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is awesome because I don't think you have anybody that was a part of that staff that can kind of speak to, that part of the side of being a player, playing in the NBA. DeMar played like I think 10+ seasons
Yeah,
with the Hawks.
he played on a couple of different teams, but he
Yeah, let me
comes
see.
in. He was at Cincinnati too.
Yeah, he was with he played for Hugs at Cincinnati, and he played 16 years as a professional, as a pro.
But I thought he was he was coaching at Cincinnati too.
Let me see. I
They
think he was I believe, yeah, he was you're correct. He was the director of player development for the program since May of 2021.
So the man's had a job for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Good for him to get this position. I think it's a new. I don't want to say it
It's
like it's a bad thing that Larry got like a good thing that Larry got fired, because you don't want someone to get fired. I met Larry when I was in college, and I thought he was one of the nicest guys in the
He is
world.
one of the nicest guys. I have met him too.
So it sucks to see him go. I think I think a lot of the staff needs to be removed because they've all been there. They've all been there for so long. Um, so maybe
I don't
this
know.
is,
I don't know about all of them, but I definitely think maybe there could at least just be a revamp in what people are doing.
yeah. So like, I think Larry's probably going to be done coaching. He's older. He's what, in his 50s and close to 60, like Huggins. He's been doing this for a long time. Maybe he'll continue, but I am happy with what we got in return. And it gives you a new voice in that locker room.
And I
It's not
think,
just
yeah.
the same old drumming that these players are hearing. I think he can come in and be like, look, listen to this guy. You might not agree with him. You may not like him. That's fine. Just listen. He's going to coach you the way he knows how to coach. And belittling you and yelling at you is just part of it. That's how he coaches. You got to get
Well,
over it.
and I also think of that, like the fact that DeMar Johnson is a current. He's a little bit more current of a basketball player. So some of these kids probably have maybe seen him on TV when they were younger. So you're someone that has proven that you can play in the NBA game, and
Mm-hmm.
you had hands-on experience on what it's like over there. And if you're a person that wants to go pro, that is exactly the person that you want in your locker room to talk to you. He was the director of, what's that position called again? Player development. I think one of the things that we haven't had as much in our program is NBA players in the league. Right now, we on a slew when we have um Devon and Deuce in the league right now. I mean, you can only expect that that's going to be like, when you add a person like DeMar, like, he's going to give us those tips so that those players can have those opportunities.
Right.
So yeah, when I saw that name pop up, I was like, holy smokes. I didn't know people were that serious, but you know, it's something fresh, it's something new, which is something that the team needs, and only time will tell. Because I mean, Merritt, how many times did we hear during the offseason like this team could be
Is,
special?
yeah.
This team is in the gym. Are they all of a sudden not in the gym anymore? So if they can still be that team that was in the gym working on their craft, trying to get better, then I think it's just a matter of getting over the hump. We got to get a W. And once you get a W and stop the losing streak before it's too late, then you can give yourself a chance.
Yeah. That would be really nice. Who do they have?
I was just about to say, I was looking at the schedule.
Why? There you are. Big 12 schedule. West Virginia. Holy, they play TCU on Wednesday,
Wednesday. Yep.
and then Texas on Saturday. Oh my God. You may not get another win until next Wednesday. You might have 7 losses in a row.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Well, what I was going to say, what else? How many more games do they have left? Because it's like you're
2,
running out of
3,
games.
4, 5. They have 14 games left. They're just past the halfway point in their season. If they can somehow, they need to hit 20 wins to make sure that they get into the tournament. And that doesn't guarantee that they make it to March Madness. That gives them at least NIT. They need to win 10 out of the last 14 games.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to 10. Maybe can we? What's Auburn like? Can we beat Auburn
They're 16.
in the nation?
Mm-hmm.
I will. Maybe they can be like, oh, that West Virginia team's not that good. Let's just like pack it in, and then they like lose to us.
No, what's sad is right now Kansas State is ranked at 13th, and we blew up like a freaking 12-point, 15-point lead to them.
I remember watching that. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
What the fuck?
But only time will tell. We'll see
Yep.
what happens.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. Hopefully with some new coaching in there and new voices, we'll see some better things popping out of there. So we'll see. Let's talk football real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Who's the new transfers coming? I've literally lost track. Past week.
So transfer wise, we hit a really big one. We got a wide receiver from Penn State. He was originally supposed he was originally from NC State. He was literally about to commit to Penn State. Like he was literally about all he had. He was like enrolled, paid his fee. Right before his first day of class, West Virginia reached out and was like, "Hey, don't go to class. Give us one meeting with you, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But please just give us one meeting." And they ended up, getting him. Let me see where he is. Let me see where to go. I want to just get his name right. I think it's Devin Carter.
Okay. That's awesome.
Let me see. Here we go. Depth chart with all the transfers. So this is nobody for quarterback, nobody for running back. Yes, Devin Carter, from NC State, transferring to us, which is incredible. And we got one of the top kickers in the FBS
Yep, I saw
in
that.
Michael Hayes, really solid. So he'll be battling out for the kicking job. We also got a fullback from the University of Towson. I forgot his name.
We decided to get a fullback from the team that we smacked.
He's also a local West Virginia guy.
Okay, well, all right, that makes
So
sense.
he wanted the opportunity to come home.
Okay, well, I'll give him that.
So shout out to him. I wish I could figure out what his name is. When I do, I'll say it at some point. Right now, so they have they call him Day Hawkins, a defensive tackle from Tennessee State.
Yep.
They also got another guy from Penn State, Fatorma Molba, defensive tackle. He's like 6'3", big guy, 300 plus pounds. Solid. And then where is the other name? He's a defensive back from Buffalo. Safety Kashawn Cobb, from Buffalo, one of the higher rated transfers that West Virginia got over this offseason. So the transfers are coming in. It took a little bit slower than we would like, but we're continuing to go ahead and improve that roster. I think we could probably use a couple more guys in that defensive backfield to
Yeah, we definitely need that.
Honestly, anybody that can play some sort of secondary position, I think we should take them.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
So, and then what else are we missing on here? We have a new offensive coordinator.
Yes. Yes, sir. So we didn't go far for our new offensive coordinator. He is the current running back coach as well. So Chad
Mm-hmm.
Scott is taking on not just being the running back coach, but also the new offensive coordinator for the Mountaineers. So good for him. From reports I've read, he is one of the best coaches on the staff. A lot of the players like him. So that's great. We're going to be a running team from the sounds of it because of that, which I'm okay with because CJ Donaldson and Matthews and the other guy, that's a three-headed monster that I like to watch.
Yeah, Donaldson, Mathis, and both Justin Johnson and Jalen Anderson.
Oh, yeah. Jalen Anderson looked good during that Virginia Tech game this year.
Yeah,
So,
so I think it's you know, I'm a big fan of Chad Scott. He is one of our top recruiters. So, let's give him that confidence to play his style, and fingers crossed it works. All we have right now is just stuff on paper. It's just a matter of seeing if it can work out, and hopefully we can rebound from this, because I don't think us as fans can handle a year like we had uh this year.
again, no, I think I'd quit being a fan. I say that, but I won't actually do that. Um,
Yeah, I know.
well, if we lose to the Pit again, there's a strong possibility of me doing that. Just saying it, be like, okay, yay, I'm done. This is not gonna be fun this year, but I think it'll be good. I'm excited to see what we can do. I don't want to get my hopes up like I did last year and be like, yeah, we're so amazing.
I hear that one.
So
That sucked.
yeah, that was not fun. But hey, we'll see. Um, well, shoot, Kevin, that's all we got. That's like quick, easy peasy.
Yeah, something easy, because I I'm all busy this week. So next week, my hope is that we'll be able to do the wrestling podcast.
Oh, okay. Just let me know.
Yes. So hopefully stay tuned for that one, guys, because we are on the road to WrestleMania, and the Royal Rumble is coming. And Merritt, you and I gotta discuss details at some point, because that's coming up.
What is?
Our hockey game.
Yeah, we got like a week. We got 12 days.
Yeah.
12 days? Yeah, 12 days. My computer's not letting me look at my calendar. That's awesome. Yeah, we have 12 days until we are going to be at UBS Arena, UBC Arena, UBS Arena.
Yes.
So I am excited for that. That is going to be a freaking blast,
Yeah, I know. That's
to
gonna
be
be epic.
honest. I was talking to one of my buddies and he told me that I needed to take the train. And now if I take the train, I have to basically go all the way to Jamaica and loop back. So yeah.
Really? Is that how far is that for you?
Uh Probably be like an hour and a half trip.
Mm,
So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I gotta figure out the best way to get there. But train going back is definitely what I want to do. But
hmm
we shall see, because I've heard the traffic leaving there is horrid.
Oh God.
Yeah. So if you don't need to drive in, don't. Like seriously. So yeah, I think that's where we're at. I think it'll be a good game. I got an Islanders cap that I'll show off maybe next week. But
There you go.
yeah, I'm excited. I cannot wait to go to this hockey game. And then this weekend I'm going to a hockey game too. So
Amazing. What hockey game?
I am going to UNH. So the school I went to before transferring to West Virginia.
Nice.
My buddy's wife got him tickets for, I believe it was Christmas or his birthday. And we're just gonna go, and it's my wife, my buddy and his wife, their daughter. And then we're probably gonna meet up with some old college friends that still live in the area. Um, which should be a good time, just catching up with everybody, seeing how everyone's doing, since majority of us do not live near each other anymore. So
Yeah, yeah.
oh, All right. Well, I'm writing this up. There we go. Episode 16. I don't know what we're gonna do next week, but we'll find out, right?
Yes, we'll figure it out. Hopefully, it works out so we get the crew back together. But
Oh,
yeah, I
that'd be
guess,
awesome.
do we have like trivia today?
I did not do any trivia today. Sorry, guys. It's just been one of those weeks. I was gone for 5 days. I was up in New Hampshire skiing, with my wife, her cousin, and cousin's boyfriend. I now remember why I haven't skied in 16 years. Yeah, not very good at it. My knee had a nice egg on it for a little bit. I was all bruised up on my hip. And then, of course, I got back yesterday afternoon, got everything done, went to bed at like 9:30, woke up at 3:30, went to the
Look at
gym.
you.
To say that was a dumb idea, probably the understatement of the century, because I did legs today.
Oh my God.
If I can walk tomorrow, I'll take that as a victory.
Oh yeah, well, I can still barely walk from my gym experience on Saturday. I can't move and I was falling asleep standing. That's how tired I was.
Nice. That's kind of how I was. So
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna honestly, I'd probably go to bed right after this episode.
I love it. Shall I outro it out?
Let's get us out of here. This is a quick episode, everybody. So
Yes. All right. So outro time. So if you guys are watching us on the YouTube, thank you for watching us on the YouTube. And Merritt, at some point before I continue the outro, I'd love to do some sort of giveaway. I would love anybody that comments on any of our videos or leaves a review. I have some little knick-knacky things that I have, and I'll give it to you. Maybe I'll figure something out. We'll talk about it afterwards, but
I
I would
think
love to do some
let's
little.
let's do it this way. The most recent post. So when you guys listen to this, the first person to write their name, like to tag Kevin and I in the most recent Manly Musings post on Instagram, will win not just a knick-knack that Kevin has, but also one of our Manly Musings stickers to put on whatever you'd like. And Kevin and I will
Beautiful.
figure out a prize later on. But just tag us, at our Instagrams. Kevin will give it to you in a minute. But I think that would be a good idea. I think that's how we do it.
Yeah, so definitely want to get some more reviews on there. Just get some more traffic, have a little bit of fun while we do this. So, but yeah, as I was saying, continue to watch us on the YouTube. Would love some comments, reviews. Give us a like at our YouTube page, the Manly Musings Podcast. Make sure you listen to us on all of our streaming platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and Amazon. Feel free to write us a review. Give us 5 stars. Make sure you follow us on the Instagrams. Follow Merritt at his Instagram at Merritt_P. Follow me at KQuava624. Follow the podcast Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod. And yeah, that's what we got. We will see you guys next week.
Peace out.